Chattisfying.
Let's move on to segment 2. So segment 2 is our topic for the show, and today we're going to be talking about
I don't think it was barbecue.
viewer perks. So viewer perks basically means the things that you sort of make for your viewers that they get for things like subbing. Sub badges, emotes. And I guess there's probably other things that in my tired state I can't think of, but I'm kind of leaning a little bit on you, Moon, to maybe list a few.
Channel point stuff, yada yada.
Right. So we're going to talk about sort of our opinion on them, how useful they can be, what you could do, maybe some of little bits of advice that maybe we could give you. Because I mean, between the three of us, we've got like something ridiculous like 7 years experience of streaming. So do you want to sort of go first, Moon, or would you prefer one of us to go first about our thoughts on this?
I guess one of you guys.
See, I had a feeling that you might have a say about that.
I go first, Mr. Mellar.
He's got his hand up. I think he has something to say.
Okay, go ahead then, Hippo. Let's give us the juice.
I got purple lights on my chair. No, that's not it. So
I have purple lights in my room.
let me just let's get ready for this shit. I'm ready to roll.
Did that pick up on the mic?
Sorry, click. Yeah,
Yeah,
click.
I just did mine as well. Oof,
I
that was
can't
nasty.
actually click though because I can't. It just won't. I have to fake click.
Oh no, mine actually went. I don't think it picked up on the mic, but it
I
went.
can't click. The only thing I can click is my fingers and my toes. Nothing else clicks.
Oh mate, I do my neck, my fingers, my toes, my knees. Oh,
I went to a chiropractor
mess.
and they said to me, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't click." It just they're like, and they're like knees on the back and all sorts, and nothing was clicking. It was glorious and broken.
Oh, I gotta get out of the morning. Get out of bed in the morning, and I sound like some sort of like piece of furniture. It's like.
I shatter my neck all the time. Silver no.
So go on then, Hippo. Let's bring
with
thunder.
the whole like perks thing, I have issues with it, which is why my channel does things a little differently, which is inspired by another streamer who's a very close friend of mine. But I feel, and I firmly believe this, that the bonus to subbing is not enough from Twitch itself. Don't get me wrong, channel points are cool, they're gimmicky, they're fun, you can integrate them with other things. I know one of our mutual streamer friends, Bueno, has things that has sound effects that link off of his channel points and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. But they stole that idea from, you want to do Streamlabs or Stream Elements, whatever, as they tend to do. I saw that, I'll take it in my own, that nullifies everyone else's stuff. So like my Stream Elements points, my hairy pennies, is now irrelevant to a degree because why would you do that when you've got channel points?
Yeah, you don't want two systems running at the same time,
No, it's just ridiculous. It just annoys me. So
yeah.
I feel that, so what do you get with subscribing? Because you get channel points for free essentially anyway. So if you subscribe to a channel, you get, depending on their level of subscriptions, you can either get between 3 or 5 emotes for the first tier.
No, it's more than that.
Is it?
No, that's it. Just for affiliates, that's it.
Yeah, 3 to 5 for
3 to 5.
affiliates. If we're going with the affiliate bracket, right? So 3 to 5, depending.
He's going over it all.
Yeah. So if you get 50 subscriptions, you can open up 5 tier 1s.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you haven't done that and you only have 10 subs, you only get 3 sub.
Right.
For
I see. Sorry.
So for what is it, $4.99 I think it is, or something like that. I feel like that is, so with the first tier you get 3 to 5 emotes, which is cool because you make your own emotes. It's your own little thing, which is lovely. Then you pay the second tier bracket, which is double. You get 1 extra emote as an affiliate. Ooh. And then if you spend like, was it triple almost? It was at $24.99. You go from $5.99 to $9.99 to $24.99. You get another emote.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
it's definitely not worth it for affiliates. Once people become partners, and there's obviously more slots
then
for everything.
That's great.
It's awesome. And they are rolling out animated emotes, which is going to be really nice when those come out, because that's another bonus towards being subscribed to somebody.
Which is still fun.
And then the one other thing I hope they implement, because currently we have follower emotes going on, but the downside to follower emotes is they are only usable on the channel that you're following. How I think that should work is if they are subbed, they too can use those 5 follower emotes on other channels, because that would be an even bigger perk to being subbed, right? So I'm hoping enough people suggest that, and maybe Twitch will end up implementing that. I don't even have my follower emotes yet. What do I care?
So my question to you guys on this with regards to the emote system, right, is I'm pretty sure, because I haven't really looked at channel points for a while, but you can buy temporary emotes using your channel points depending on what you do.
Yes.
Does that not devalue subscribing?
It can do, but you can choose how much it costs as the streamer,
Yes.
and you
That's
can
true,
disable
but
it
then
as
And you
well.
can
I don't
also
think-
you can also choose to turn it off. And it
Yeah.
is, I think it's only for one day that they get to use
It
that
is just
one
a one
emote.
day,
Yeah.
but I still feel it kind of devalues it because that's something that's special to someone who values emotes, which I'm not. I'm not a person who values emotes. It's not my bag really. I still do the smiley face and still do it wrong on Twitch because I haven't put a dash in the middle of it. I'm that kind of guy, you know. I'm a pain. But I just feel like, so you get your sub emotes. Okay, cool. That's it. That's your $4.99 there. You don't get adverts, I believe, as a sub.
No ads.
That's
No
correct.
ads.
No
On
ads,
that
which
channel.
is
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Although I am missing the 0.2 cents that I'm getting from your viewage. So can you please not sub to my channel? I need that 0.2 cents. All right, thank you. Okay. So that's a nice perk as well. That's cool. And then that's pretty much it. And then okay, that's cool. So what I've done on my channel is if you've subbed once and you only have to sub once for a limited amount, I'm doing 500 uniques, where if you sub once to my channel, you can have a custom sound effect that is unique to you. And it could be a little sound effect from a film. It could be a bit of like game music. It could be you going la, 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 because I have someone who has that. It could be anything, you know. It could be someone saying Hulk smash and all this kind of stuff. But you can come in, put an exclamation mark with your name on it, and it's your unique intro.
Yeah.
And it's a sound effect that
I like that
influences
idea,
the channel.
actually.
Well,
So, like, if I'm playing a horror game,
I'm
somebody's got a
kind of
nasty
starting
one.
that.
yeah.
And it's a nice idea. That I feel has more value than an emote.
I do
because-
think though, with regards to that, like your idea obviously is that if someone subs, then you put one. That does definitely have the potential to become very noisy and very overwhelming and very.
It can do,
yeah.
but it's also you need to put a marker on it. It's common decency and general rules of thumb. You know, you don't abuse the system. You abuse the system, it goes away. Simple as that. And there've been a couple of times where I've warned people and then they stop doing it and it's fine. If people could be abusing it,
Right.
it's gone. It's as simple as that.
I have to just mention as well, I've just realised, of course, when you say a thing when you come in, you actually have to, and if I just bring this up, you actually have to do like an exclamation command, like what RM OCP just did for you. That makes sense then, because there's a certain amount of like people not, it's being on them.
It's only unique to them as well. So no one can use RM's own code.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Because what I was thinking of was what I've got on my stream and what Moon's starting to roll out on hers is the Streamlabs thing where it automatically plays when someone joins.
I used to use that a couple of years ago. Then I monetized it in terms of using hairy pennies on Stream Elements.
Yeah.
So people could redeem their hairy pennies to do it. And then it still got abused to hell.
Yeah.
So now they have unique to them.
Yeah.
And it's only them can use it.
Yeah.
I can't even use it. And I'm subbed to my own channel automatically because that's how it rolls. But I can't even use their thing, which is great.
Yeah. Exclamation
But again,
mark
if
tracker.
anyone uses it and abuses it, they lose it. But it's not something I advertise. It's a case of, and I don't know whether I'm doing this right or not, but I don't advertise it. If somebody gets subbed, then I go, oh, you've been subbed or you've been gifted a sub or la 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 la. By the way, you've got this. If you want to use this,
you
are more than
if you
welcome.
want to do it.
It's a little thank you for you joining, and it's not a repeating thing. I was going to do a repeating thing, but then that's a lot of time management, seeing who's still subbed and who's not subbed, activating it, deactivating it. I can't be bothered with that. You subbed once, you've pledged towards me, have a freebie. And I'm only going to use so many because I've only got so much space on my hard drive. So, you know, that's what I've said, about maybe 500. And I am currently about 120-ish into that over the last 2-3 years I've been doing it now. 2 years I've been doing it.
What you could do, just a potential idea, just to sort of, if you, because obviously you don't want to be like you say, like always checking out. But you could do it in like seasons. So they like, I don't know, New Year 2023, wipe them all out, and then start again. And then
I was tempted to do something like that, but I'm nowhere near as popular to warrant doing that, and it's still something that's nice for someone to come in that haven't been in for. I have a guy that comes in once in a blue moon, Clark, and he still has his from when he first ever subbed. And he's like, "Oh my god, you still got it?" I said, "Yeah, of course I've got it still." You know, and it brings like other people go, "Oh, I remember that. You're that Clark, okay," and then they chat, and and it kind of like it's nice to have that effect. So I just feel that with the subbing, it's as much as I like to give out like that perk, I feel that Twitch should be giving more. Because at the end of the day, they're getting 50% of it from affiliates, and still 50% of it from partners until they've been in it for a year. And all they get is emotes that we still have to design that make it unique to us, which I have no issue with because I'd rather have emotes that are unique to me. But still, it's stuff that we're making, so they don't have to do anything. All they've done is, it's unlocked now. Ta-da! Bit of code. You've hit this bracket. Now you can do more things, but we don't have to do anything because we're getting more money from you. It's just it feels very takey, not givey to the viewer as such. You know, I feel that there should be some more stuff added to it for sub perks. But I love the fact that I'm up. I'm able to do that sub perk of this channel.
Yeah, that you can come up with your own thing.
Yeah, which is nice.
I know one thing. Like Mellar does it as well, and also Bray when sub comes in for Mellar it's 5 for the malic acid thing that he does once a week usually because that's usually when you get it. And then Bray does his Bean Boozled thing on his sub, so they've just thought of this little silly thing to do to be like, hey, you guys met a goal or did something. And
Bean Boozled is something that I've seen other streamers do.
Yeah, that's where Bray got it as well. Yeah,
it's a good idea.
And it's just an interesting thing to do to, show a little more. You know what I mean.
No, I generally feel that as a streamer, when you're starting out, I mean, you shouldn't really be necessarily looking, I'm going to get my emote straight away and stuff like that, because a lot of people don't hit affiliate straight away.
Yeah.
You know, I was very lucky to get it within my first 30 days, but that's because I got found.
Bit.
Yeah, there are some people I know now who are still streaming, but they're not hugely regular. They do like 2 streams a week, which sounds a bit daft, but like in terms of like how scale some people really put into it to try and get to the affiliate, you know, and he's been doing it for a couple of years and he's still not affiliate. But then, you know, and it's at the same time, he doesn't really push it to become affiliate. It's just that it's not happened for him. He just leaves it open. If anybody comes in, they can watch it. If not, he's just playing his games and having fun, which is fine. But I just, for a new person, it's things to look at. You mean, and it's kind of money you have to invest as well to a degree, because I'm not artistic in the slightest.
No,
you know,
not at all.
I mean, I think I designed one of my emotes. I designed 3 originally, and they were literally just like lol, wow, and nope, which you have as little ones. And I kept my lol because it's very adorable and pink and bubbly, so I kept that. And then a couple of them were gifts to me. No, actually, the rest of them were gifts to me. Someone made me a Snorlax with my head on top of it, which was cool.
I've seen that,
one was my face doing a really confused look. And the other one, I can't remember what my other one is now. Help me out, Mels. You use them all the time.
The one that my actual favorite one, which I think might be the one that you did on your own, is your what mate? You what mate? That one.
Yeah, that's my face one. Yeah. But I've got the Linky one as well, which is me holding a love heart.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, which is cool. Although some people think I'm holding a pink bum, which is kind of it could be that as well.
Love hearts, if you look at them the wrong way, do look a little bit like bums, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I'll just
oh no.
But like I also made Legend as well, which was another one I did. Yeah, that was cool. But there you go. I just thought I'd post it in chat for so you can have a look at my pink bum holding skills.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's better than I've done.
But like I don't know. If you're gonna go for the sub perks, and it's worth thinking about, but you've also got to realize that if you don't have artistic friends who can help you out, you're probably going to go to Fiverr. And even then, most of them are pretty generic and similar. Like how like everyone has the esports overlays and all this kind of stuff. Everybody seems to be quite samey.
I found some nice people. My main emote artist is on Etsy, and then the one who designed Suki is from Fiverr.
I'm very much intending to hit up your emote artist at some point when I'm ready as well.
I've suggested them to multiple people, and everyone loves their emotes. Hat, Bray, Honey Bear.
Anything more?
What's your opinion, you two, on sub trains?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's a bit. I think they're great. I think that they're a great way of showing support to a streamer. I understand where people are coming from, where it's like, oh, it's just a scam that Twitch are trying to get more money from you, and in a way, I guess it probably is. But at the same time, like, I was in someone's chat not that long ago. I won't say who, and they had a wee little sub train that happened. And then someone else came in and was like, "Oh, scam train," and the mood just immediately was destroyed. I was like, "That was rude, right?" Because all these people are trying to show this streamer some love, and this person came in and just completely shat on it. It was really like not very nice. So I can understand where people are coming from, and it's like, yeah, well, donate to me. But at the same time, I mean, Twitch does provide some stuff. Like things happen when you get a sub train.
Basic. Sub train is very basic, and I feel like you almost feel like you have to customize that as well.
Yeah, and
it would be nice to have some customization to it for if one
Like,
is
you can
would
add
be good.
customization to it, but it's really hard from what I've I'd looked at it quite briefly, but it looked. I just looked at it. And I was like, this is above my head.
I think I've seen people who have their own little like thing going.
It's easy just to go to Harris
And
Hell and
stuff.
just nap what he's doing because he's lived it free, and then you customize it into your own open.
Oh, I considered doing that, but then I was like, I have my
And
pride.
then every person on the planet was doing it pretty much, and I'm like, oh my god! Like everyone had
never
the little
mind then.
Charmander wandering across the screen when somebody subbed and stuff like that. I'm like, it's cute, but you have 1 million people now doing it. This is annoying.
It is a bit of a gimmick at the end of the day, but but at the same time, like it is a nice way to show your support to someone.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
I mean,
that's
I
what...
have fun triggering them. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even think it's about the money. Really, I don't think it is for me. Like, because it's kind of hard to talk about, I guess, but I never really think about it as money. It's just it's support, and when it like a sub train is happening, it's amazing because you're getting all this like that you get literally getting love from your community. People are showing you that they appreciate you, and that's what matters at the end of the day. That where the money goes almost doesn't matter. It kind of does when you look at it from the other side of things. When you look at it from Twitch side of things, you're like, come on, guys, you're taking the mickey a little bit here. But when you just look at it from the perspective of this is a person who is showing their appreciation of me, that's all you really need to know at the end of the day, and it feels amazing when it happens.
Yeah.
No. Subbing is a really special thing. It really is, especially when you get your first ever.
Yeah, you just more feel that there definitely should be a little bit more for them.
Yeah.
Which I understand.
I want to give back more, and I think Twitch should definitely give back more.
Yeah,
you know,
like I am happy. I did mention it before, obviously, but like I am happy they are trying to dish out the animated modes and the follower modes and just give out more things. Which is good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they come up with something else as well.
Yeah,
that'd be really nice.
Do you want to go next then, Moon?
Go on.
That's a no.
Yeah.
All right,
go on.
I'll go.
Do it.
I'm good at adding. I'm not good at like.
You know what you need to do, right? Once you got it fixed, you need to be able to link up your lighting rig to your sub. So every time someone subs, it does an array rainbow going around it.
I don't think I have those fancy kind of lights.
You need expensive lights to do that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't care. You can do it manually by hand.
Oh my god! I see what he means. Hang on. Oh no, my thing's broken.
You can't. Yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You like, and then just pretend like it just happens in the background automatically, and it just. Boom. That's what you should do. I think that'd be cool.
That's so beautifully ridiculous. I'd love to see it.
Oh my god! If I can get the controller fixed, I'll try.
Yeah, because you can pretend like it just automatically happens, but secretly you've got it ready just in case somebody ever does.
Secretly, I'm just like opening it and just.
All right. Well, I guess I'll give my 2 cents on the subject then. So viewer perks are an interesting one because, and I have told this story before on the old podcast I used to do, Bit Rated, but when I very first started streaming, I basically didn't see really a huge amount of point to any of it. I was like, you're there to, create a community, talk to people while playing a video game. All this extra crap doesn't make it. It doesn't, it doesn't mean anything. And I never really saw the point of emotes that much. When I very first became an affiliate, I wasn't expecting anyone to sub to me, and then someone did, and I was like, shit. I was not expecting that to happen. I should probably have some emotes, because without emotes, there's no reason to sub to someone.
They're
really.
just giving you, they're just.
Yeah, because even like when you very first start as well, like they're not hardly. It doesn't even really feel like they're giving you money, because you're not going to see that money for months. You need what is it, 60 quid or something? To accrue? Is it? Well, it's $100, isn't it?
$100. Yeah, so it's about 80.
100 US.
Yeah.
So whatever that is.
So before you even see the money, you've got. So it's. I was like, this person's essentially put money into this, and I have to give them something. So I made these horrible emotes of my own face. It like literally took me like 3 hours. I sat down because I didn't even know how to do it. I sat down, watched YouTube videos on how to do it. I downloaded a free program and I just made them in a
It's
couple of hours.
amazing.
They're so cursed. If you've seen the Mellar One Sour, they've got quite a similar kind of energy to that. They're awful. Honestly.
Oh my
But
god.
I was like, at least I've done something. They can be a placeholder until, I don't know, kind of whatever, until something happens, until I commission someone to make them or someone does them for me or whatever. And I just didn't really think a huge amount about it. I was like, well, I've got something for people to have. You know, they're reaction emotes, so you know, they're not completely useless and all this kind of thing. And I was like, I'd never sub to someone just for their emotes or whatever. And then I started getting into a bit more watching people and being active in chat. And you know, when you're chatting, you almost always end up with some sort of emote at the end of a message
to express yourself.
Exactly, because it makes it easier to express yourself, so people know what you're trying to convey. Because obviously, if you're typing, it's quite hard sometimes to.
It is hard, yeah.
And,
I mean, you love your kappa.
Exactly, and I've always used emotes at the end of messages anyway. I think I use quite a lot, sort of compared to others maybe in sort of general chatting to people online and all this kind of thing. And I got these emotes that I used quite a lot, and I didn't realize how much I liked them and how much I appreciated them until I unsubbed and they were gone. And I was like, shit, I've got the perfect emote for this situation, but I can't use it. And that was a bit of a turning point for me because I realized, I was like, hold on a second. I was like, I'm not like, it's at the time for me, I was like, it's not worth me paying the £5 for the emotes, but I am now considering subbing to someone just because I like their emotes. And the way that I felt about the whole thing just changed in a heartbeat. And I realized that they are actually they can be quite important. I mean, at the end of the day, they are a side thing. They're not part of the main event. The main event is, you know, you creating a show for people, but they're something that you can provide for people to enjoy, to have fun with, and they can use them anywhere once they've subbed. So, I mean, I wouldn't really say that they're not a huge amount. You don't really get advertising from them. I mean, you kind of do, but really not. Like, if you look at emotes as a way of advertising, then you're doing it wrong, because you might get, like, I don't know, 1 follower a year from your emotes if you're lucky, kind of thing. And then
I'd like to see the statistics behind how many times my emotes have been used off my channel.
Yeah, I think you might actually be able to find
those
informations. Yeah.
Oh, I need that in my life.
Informations.
All right,
I don't know where.
I'm going to pretend to be here while I go and check.
But yeah, I kind of realized then, and I was very lucky in that someone took it upon themselves to actually make me some emotes and all this kind of thing, and I really like them. I do intend to supersede them at some point, but the problem with emotes is that they cost a lot of money, as well. Aren't they like something like $50 plus for a single emote these days?
How much, sorry?
Aren't they about $50 plus, 50 US?
I think my artist is 30 something.
Right. That's still a lot of money when you consider that, like, if you've been lucky enough to have 50 subs, there's 5 slots just for the tier 1s. Yeah. And then you've got, I think I counted it, it's 5 others. You've got your tier 2 emote, your tier 3 emote, 2-bit, is it 2-bit emotes? And there's one other? Either way. I remember counting them.
The 5 sub, tier 2, tier 3, and then I think you get up to 1,000 bits.
Right.
Until it's unlocked when people get to that bit level, essentially.
That's right. That's right.
Because the reason why I have so many is because, you know, there's a crazy person who decided to drop a bunch of bits and unlocked me another emotes bit slot.
Yeah, but then you add that up, and that's what, 10 emotes for $30 each. That's $300. That is a lot of freaking dosh, right? And like, obviously, the idea is, like, it makes sense to spend money that you get from streaming on things like that on streaming, but obviously, like I mentioned, it takes a certain amount of time for things to come through. Like, Twitch holds on to things for a long time, and I do agree with what Hippo said. Is it does seem to me that they do have quite a lot. They take a large slice as well, especially when you compare it to other platforms like YouTube and
YouTube's a 70-30 split.
Yeah, and I've seen other.
Dang.
I know that other platforms like Mixer, I know, is gone now. That had a better split, and I think D Live is still going. I'm not sure.
Wasn't Mixer like 60-40 or something like that?
I
think
don't
it was,
know,
wasn't it?
to be honest.
Yeah.
But literally, like, of all the streaming platforms there are, I mean, obviously, I know that Twitch is the biggest one, but it's also the one with the worst split.
The split.
That's generally how it works,
yeah.
though, with those kind of things. Though, if you're the biggest one of it, you feel
you can get more, right?
Yeah, potentially. So
Yeah.
I can see where people have issues with it, but at the same time, like, it is nice. I definitely agree though with one thing that you said, Hippo. In like, I do think that you maybe subbing at level 1, there probably is enough incentive to do that for some people on Twitch. Like, especially if you've got 5 emote slots, most of the time the streamer will provide some sort of other perk that they solely provide. But I do definitely think that and it's been historic and it's never been fixed, that to then upgrade to tier 2 or 3, there's almost no reason to do that.
Nah.
Yeah,
like,
it's more of a you want to support the streamer more,
yeah, it's a
essentially.
lot of extra money.
You're not doing it for the emote.
Exactly, it's a lot of extra money for almost nothing. You get one
Yeah.
extra emote for tier 2, 2 for tier 3, but it's like 3 times the amount.
Yeah, I agree with the pricing needing to be.
And it is a bit disappointing that it's been like that for so long and it's never been fixed. It's literally like it's been like that for as long as I've been on Twitch, which is what, like 3.5, 4 years or something.
Gosh, that's crazy.
So, but yeah, I mean, in terms of there's obviously what Twitch provides, and I think it's definitely between the TheHairyHippo and me, we've probably got a consensus that maybe I'm not sure saying it's not enough is quite fair, but there could definitely be more.
Be something that you can set up for subs and that.
I don't know what to suggest, to be honest.
I know some people do sub chats in their Discord and stuff like that. Trying to think if I've thought of any.
You have like sub movie nights and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, people have done sub movie nights. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like stuff like that people have done for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So people usually try to give their supporters more in some way.
Yeah.
Along with, like, you have all these emotes. You guys showed really good support. I like to do emotes back. Excuse me. Emotes back to them, and
I think
I love making up the badges and everything. Gives you kind of a unique thing to yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Something to go along with your channel. And like for my sub badges, I've got moons, and then for all the bit badges, I've got all the different Zelda shields, because it's the game that I play, so it works out really well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's great that people do that on stream. But I think there's also a certain amount of, depending on where that comes from. I've always thought that if you're creating like a sub perk to encourage people to sub, I think that's problematic. But if you're creating a sub perk because you want to give back to the people that give to you, that's
my viewpoint of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If people are being generous with me, I want to give something more back to them, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good.
Not because they've done that. Like, you know what I mean. It's not for the money. Like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do see.
I was gonna say, I got an early access section in my Discord as well for subbies. For stuff like when I used to do random projects. Like, you remember my collector cards that I made, Mellar?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, I have Hairy Hippo collector cards. They're graphic cards. Like, so I made them almost like baseball cards, but they're full like mini postcards as such of different graphics of my hippo and stuff like that. So I did 2 seasons of it, and they were up for sale for a little bit and all that kind of stuff, limited editions and all that kind of stuff. But I'd let people do sneak previews of the ones I'd be making that I hadn't shown on stream and stuff like that. Or if I've got new bit of merch coming up, or there's a new video project that I'm doing, like if I'm doing something with Bueno or something like that, I'll mention it on there so people
really
get like they know beforehand and stuff like that. Just little thank you. Here's some information.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is interesting. It's fun to add these things, I think, and it's fun to try and think of new things that you can do for your community.
To give back, like show your appreciation.
Yeah, and also it does strike me that sometimes I do like it can be quite difficult, because obviously getting emotes like commissioned and all this, it's expensive, it's time consuming. It's honestly a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. And but having said that, in order to just provide something, just a face emote is honestly, like, take it from me, like, and I'm really like, I'm all right on a computer, right? But when it comes to art and this kind of thing, I'm like the least artistic person you could possibly ever meet. And yet I managed to push out 3 face emotes in the space of
amazing.
about 3 hours, right? So I do find it a little bit disappointing sometimes when you do join a channel and they don't have any, because it does feel a little bit low effort sometimes. It's like, oh well, you know, and it's the same with like sub badges and stuff. Like, I mean, my sub badges, I mean, they're not very good, but at least they're there. And you know,
well, it goes with the channel, right? Because it's just your logo, but you colored it differently.
yeah. And again, it's something that literally took me like I don't know, an hour to do in MS Paint or something. I think
mine
it was
took a
stupid.
little bit more to do.
Yeah, but yours are way nicer than mine.
Coloring, and I actually made mine.
Oh, they're amazing.
There's a few things I made on my channel.
Yeah.
Only a few. I made my logo.
Yeah.
That was made by me. That took me so long. The new layout I have for like the background, like I made my panels, but they were find somebody on Etsy who had like a pre-made kind of layout or whatever. And they actually had offered blank scenes, so I was able to use the background and make my own text to kind of give my own customization to it, so it's not going to look the same as anyone else who buys that one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a good idea.
But I just really liked the look of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to fiddle around with this. I'm going to change the text because they gave the blank panels for you to be able to do that. And so I put I put an emote on it, and then I put text on it, and that was my own customization to it.
Yeah.
So it's not the same as anybody else who buys it, which I really like.
So yeah, absolutely. I mean, so sort of continuing, I feel a little bit sort of what's the word? A little bit split, because part of me wants to say, you know, it doesn't matter. But another part of me, sort of like the viewer part of me,
the viewer aspect, because yeah, you've done both.
Yeah, because I have had it when I've gone into chat and you see that, especially someone who's been an affiliate for quite some time, and
for a while,
their sub badge is still, you know, the Twitch star. And I did sub to someone recently, and I'm glad I subbed to them. They're great, but I was disappointed to learn that they don't have any emotes, and all this kind of thing. And when it doesn't require a huge amount of effort to make something, I think at the end of the day, I think the way that I feel, and I think a lot of people probably feel this way as well, is I think it's better to have something, even if it's utter crap, because at least then there's something there, and also it shows you're willing as well. And I think people really latch onto that.
Because like there are a lot of, because I've explored Fiverr when I was looking at finding an artist for this, and I found quite a few of them that actually do make cheap emotes, and they actually look pretty decent. And you can go as low as $10 to $15 for one, and they're decent. Like they're not bad or anything. I found my artist and I really like them, so I want to stay with them, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's probably loads more to say about viewer perks, because there's so many potential viewer perks. Because obviously there's the whole thing with channel points, and I do like the whole idea of channel points as well. They're very customizable.
Yeah, like now you can make them do sounds and stuff too, right?
Yeah, you need a third party thing, but you can make them do that.
Okay, it's a third party thing. Oh, okay, I gotcha. And then obviously they can impact your gameplay, and it lets them join in on
with
whatever
the third
you're
party
doing.
thing. Do you need an emulator as well? Just out of curiosity, or is it just no? Okay,
just
want to sure we weren't about to randomize this again.
No. It's literally just a website. It's actually really cool. I think there's 2 websites. There's one that just plays sounds, but there's one that like fully can run scripts and stuff. So if you know what you're doing, it's actually a really powerful tool. You can make it so that like I've never figured out how to do it, but you know, like events on the chatbot, you can make it so that it runs events. So if someone does a thing, then you could have like an animation like walk across your screen or something, or this kind of thing. It's really cool. Like if I could figure it out, I think that's a thing that stops a lot of people. Like quite a lot of it's quite in depth, because when you're talking about running events, you're talking about code. And if you don't know how to code, forget it. Kind of thing. I think there probably are people in the background trying to make things more user friendly, but at the moment there's a lot of things that you can do if you know how to code it. And Twitch has always been like that. There's always been loads of really interesting things that you can do on Twitch that not many people do, because you literally have to sit down and code.
You have to understand how to do it, yeah.
Yeah, and it's above my head. And I did freaking computer science degree in university. So
Heck, sometimes these randomizers are too hard to figure out.
Yes, they're very hard.
We'll admit it, especially the one thing that we were just doing recently, where we can do 2 seeds, multiplayer seed, but on your own.
absolutely.
And it goes back and forth between the seeds randomly.
But yeah, honestly, I think channel points are absolutely fantastic.
They are.
There's so
I'm
much
glad there
you can
aren't
do
like
with
sub
them.
only or something like that. That would
Yeah,
suck.
you do get more points if you're a sub. The multiplier is higher, but there's so many things that you can make happen with that kind of thing. I've seen a lot of people do some really interesting things with it, and I do think it is better than the stuff that was on like the chatbots, like the Stream Elements stuff and all that kind of thing, which I know that I used to use. Mel's bells, we called them, and you were talking about them earlier, Hippo.
I wasn't talking about your bells.
No, not my bells, but you were talking about your old
points.
channel points.
Oh
which
yeah,
had
my
in
hairy
them.
pennies and all that.
That's
kind
it,
of
yeah.
stuff.
Which would have been
Hairy
on Stream Elements or
pennies.
whatever. I do
Sorry,
think
what's
it is
a
better.
penny? Ha 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 ha.
You get pennies in America.
They're gone.
All right.
We don't have
I
them
see.
here
They've been
anymore.
abolished, have they? How interesting.
They were abolished in Canada, yes. I think they're still in the States, but no, we don't have pennies anymore.
Oh, fair enough. But
And to be
so
fair,
essentially,
a hairy penny is what's in behind the sofa. You know when you're digging for money in the back, that's a hairy penny.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially when they got rid of them, if something comes to like $5.55, they did that's fine. But if it's like $5.56, they'll just drop it down to $5.55 if you're doing cash.
Amazing. Oh,
So, but if you're doing debit, you're charged the proper amount.
The only thing about the channel points that I definitely would like to see is I always thought that it was funny that you can't set your own multipliers. You should be able to.
Yeah, I really wish you could. That would be nice.
Yeah, and also to be able to change how many channel points someone actually has, because that was something that I used to do back in the day when we used the Mel's bells. I'd do like giveaways and stuff. But the prize for the giveaway would be channel points that you could make things happen with. You know, so then it costs no one anything. It's quite harmless. And yeah, I'd really like to be able to see us be able to do that, because it would just put so much more power in the hands of the streamer.
It would, because being able to control all that, and also being able to see how many channel points people have, because maybe you want to do a big community goal, but who's to say they aren't going to smash it because you misjudge how much points your viewers actually have, right?
Yeah.
And just being able to have control over all that, be able to see, oh, this person's got this many channel points and so on. Or if you're trying to make a big channel point redemption and you're worried like, oh, is someone just going to be able to hop in here and just grab this right away or not?
Yeah.
I know you're a high up there still.
I'd like to be able to gift my channel points to new people as well, so they can use stuff. That'd be nice.
That'd be kind of cool
nice.
too, to be able to gift channel points work together.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
That's why the bot points are really nice, is because you have the ability to do all that.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing that the bot points have over the channel points as they are now, I think.
The only exception, obviously, the only downside is it's completely in control by the user, right? So you have to do all the
a big
stuff
problem
to
that I always found with
monetize the points.
The bot points was it's a lot of information on chat. It spams chat basically. If someone wants to find out how many points they've got, and if one person does it, a load of other people are going to do it, and it spams chat and all this kind of thing. So that's one of the reasons why I do think that the thing that Twitch actually provides, it's cleaner, it looks better, and it just it provides a better experience all around. I think
we just need to be like, bot meet Twitch channel points, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got this masterpiece done.
Yeah.
But it says how many points you have down there, and lets you do everything, lets you change your channel point, like multiplier and all that stuff.
Yeah, but sort of to sort of put a bit of tie a little bit of a bow around sort of everything I've been saying, like from the perspective of someone who's new to everything, sort of like a new affiliate or something, you might think that there's like there's all these things that I need to do. It's so overwhelming, but at the end of the day, I think the actual content is more important. The perks are nice. But obviously, try and you got to prioritize the stuff that's more important. The stuff that's more important is your show.
Essentially, I feel like the best time to prioritize getting your perks and everything done is when you do end up starting to get your support. Like, you can try and get one emote ready so that people have an incentive. If they want to support you, they'll get something back. And then as you expand that, well, you get this rolling ball, and now you've got some money to work with, and you can actually go get more done, kind of thing.
So this actually goes into something we were talking about just before the stream, because we were talking about how things used to be, like in how you used to be, because we're going to watch some of your clips in a minute, and I've watched a few of my own, because I really wanted to sort of experience Star Fox Adventures again. I was like, while I streamed it, I watched some of my own stuff, and it's only from about 1.5 to 2 years ago, and you don't realize as you're going along, because you add a little bit every week, like between every stream you add something, and then you don't realize until you look back on it how far you've come.
I should have chosen one of my Undertale stuff. That's just before I was affiliated.
Yeah, exactly. So I think in reality, like if you just become an affiliate, I really wouldn't stress all of the extra stuff. Like it seems to me that a lot of people, when they start streaming, they're like, oh, I've got to have a Discord server. You really don't. You really don't.
I think I
I've
got affiliated. It was a little bit after that. I made my Discord server,
yeah.
and then
I mean, obviously, if you've got an idea for a Discord server,
I got 3 emotes made.
Yeah, because your Discord server is popping and all that, so it makes sense, because obviously you had a vision and it works out really well. But I think a lot of people get Discord servers just for the sake of getting one, because they feel like they should have one, and it's just not. It's wasted time, honestly, and it's not going to put you in a good headspace as well, because it takes a lot for someone to join a Discord server. I think, and if you're streaming and you're not seeing anyone join, sometimes it can put you in a bad headspace. It's not necessarily like it's something that you may wish to do at some point, but you really don't need to start with it. And I'd say the same.
I can't remember when I made mine. I'd have to scroll back up to. I think there's an easy way to like see when the server was made, right?
I have no idea what it is. But I feel the same way about things like emotes and sub badges. Like, I feel like maybe if you can have one emote in the bag, just so that you're not like rushing like I was as soon as you get a sub, like, oh my god, I've got to have an emote.
You were like, oh gosh, I didn't have anything.
Yeah, exactly. But if you can have like
I knew
one...
when I was getting close, I ended up looking for the artists, and I knew I wouldn't have them all unlocked at once, so I only had the one badge, and then I had the sub goal to unlock the other 2.
Yeah.
So essentially, I was like, yeah, we've got some emotes ready. And well, you know how the whole rest of that story goes.
Exactly.
I had all 5 of my emotes by the end of that day.
Right. So exactly. So if you can sort of get to a point where you don't really need anything to start, just sort of go with it and add to it as you go along. And honestly, I genuinely feel that you will have a better time of the whole experience than like stressing everything before you even start.
Honestly, something even as easy as like doing your sub badges, you can take something from what you play. So if you play Pokemon, some people do Pokeballs and stuff like that. It's literally just find one with no background, change the size of it, slap it on.
Exactly. And also,
you've got something.
Yeah, if you do it that way, then you've got more opportunity to actually create something that the community is probably going to like as well, because you've got that time for people to come in and actually say, oh, it'd be really cool if you had this, and you can be like, okay, well, that can be my sub perk or my, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Community can give suggestions for everything as well.
Exactly. All right. Do you want to go? Do you want to say much anymore?
Not much now. I guess at this point, I've kind of been like throwing in between, so I don't think I have a lot to add myself, actually.
Okay. Fair enough.
We kind of just like covered a lot of the stuff I was going to say as we were, bouncing back and forth.
Consider yourself Chattisfied.